Good afternoon. This is Tyrone Clark, and I'm here with Mr. Alan Gappinger, who's the founder of the Heartland Institute for Financial Wellness Education. This presentation is going to be short, brief, and right to the point. And we're talking about a rare opportunity. This is not a embellished, fluffy, exaggerated discussion. The bottom line of what we're trying to accomplish is the Heartland Institute is a national nonprofit 501c educational institute, and for many, many years they have specialized and focused in providing financial wellness literacy education for students and employees in companies and corporations, big name companies. That's their specialization. And Alan is going to talk to you about that. But what we're wanting to accomplish today is, after spending an enormous amount of time to work with some government, some state governments, and providing financial literacy education for government employees, as well as companies and corporations. The great news is that they were approved to provide financial education for employees. Now our job is to find financial advisors to provide that financial education. And so this is an exceptional opportunity. It's a game changer for advisors. So number one, we have been approved to provide this type of education and financial literacy. And we've got a lot of information, a lot of materials that you will learn and utilize. It's all been put together for you. But so, Alan, why don't you say hi to everybody and kind of give them a little bit of what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you guys today. I think a couple things come to mind that are really important. The first one is, we know that companies, we know that government agencies, all these organizations are full of people that really need financial help. And I think the issue is always, how do you get in the door to help those people? Well, number one, we found that being a 501c3 nonprofit makes a huge difference in opening the door. Secondly, when we provide education for them, that's great, but these people then need someone to go to help them. So if we can have our educators be financial advisors, people who are licensed, who can not only teach, but also help provide products for these people and solutions for them, it makes a huge difference. So with what we're doing, this is no more than an extension of getting into companies, organizations like NASA, some of the airlines, some of the major hospitals. We've already been in all over the country, but now we have a new opportunity. And this one is to walk in the front door of these organizations we're going to talk about today, and how we in fact can get advisors and licensed agents into situations where they can teach and then help to provide solutions for the employees, as we call them, our students' employees that go to our classes.
Okay, so that kind of gives you the outline of the situation. As you can see, this is a bona fide 501c national nonprofit Financial Literacy Educational Institute. If you do go online, there is a couple of different Heartlands. So you want the Heartland Institute for Financial Education. So you want to make sure you get the right one when you're looking online. And one of the things that you'll discover, which I didn't know, having been in the business a long time, is ERISA really puts an emphasis on the financial wellness education. So here it is. This is the program. So you're able to teach a class, an approved class, which means it had to go through compliance and so forth. And we teach the advisors how to teach the class. Then, of course, you meet one-on-one with the students and employees on a separate date after the class. Provide proper financial products and services, basically life insurance, health insurance, annuities, long-term care, whole spectrum of stuff, and then you follow up in service with the clients. So, Alan, let's talk about this here a bit. You've been doing this for a long time, Alan. Kind of go through the spectrum of how this works.
Well, I think what happens, first of all, understand that when we talk about teaching an approved class, this class is already designed. It's already done. You don't have to do anything. We're literally going to teach you how to teach the class, but it's all done in PowerPoint. It's all very professional. It's already prepared. It's already approved. And then what we're going to do is not only teach you how to teach that class, we're going to teach you how and when you meet with the employees coming out of the class, because you're going to find that the employees want to meet with the instructor. They want the instructor to help them implement the things that they learned in the class. And guess what they're going to learn? They're going to learn what's missing in their lives financially. They're going to learn they're probably underinsured. They probably need help with retirement planning. All those issues are going to come up in the class, which are going to lead naturally to the one-on-one afterwards, in which we're going to teach you how to transition from giving the class to meeting with them one-on-one. We're going to teach you how to specifically use the right products. Even though you probably know a lot about products and feel comfortable with them, we want to make sure we're implementing the right products in the right position with the right people. And then the follow-up with them is, keep in mind, with any person that you work with coming out of a class, they're going to become your client. And over time, you're going to continue to work with them and help them through the process of making sure they have a complete situation where they're taken care of financially. That's what this is really all about.
Okay, so let me make something clear. So Ellen had spent a lot of time, 2019, working and making presentations for some government agencies, and they want the Heartland Institute to have in place financial advisors in different states to work with and handle literally thousands of employees. Now, we don't have that in all the states, but Alan is working with the states one by one as he goes along. But there's also companies and corporations. He had also done a project where on contacting companies to open the door, which has worked very well. And so this is an exceptional opportunity, and obviously we can't provide this for a massive number of people. And as you'll see, it's first come, first serve. Okay, so we need insurance licensed people for life, annuities, long-term care, final expense, and mortgage insurance. And we also need Series 65 licensed advisors. We need both different groups to handle the students and the employees. And if you're licensed in both, that's wonderful. All right, so who is not eligible? Well, if you've got a history of complaints, bankruptcies, tax liens, vector issues, poor performance history, and perhaps bad experience in some other things that are out there, we have to pick quality people. So we do have to go through a background check on all of these things here that are pretty important. We cannot afford to have one advisor screw up things and ruin the opportunity for everyone else. I think that goes without saying. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more. This is first come, first serve. And what that means is, let's say we have an area where there's a concentration of employees, and we need an advisor in that area to handle all those employees. We can't then say, let's bring more advisors in that area. We want to solidly pick quality advisors to handle their territory. And we're talking about something over a number of years. It's not just, 6 months. It's, I would say, look at a 5-year opportunity. From now until 2029, the numbers of people retiring is staggering. It's 10,000 people retiring a day, but it's in some areas more than that. So our goal is to have a good quality relationship with quality advisors that are taking care of their marketplace and taking care of the customers in that area. And so I really think this is a dream opportunity. It is relationship-based, and we're providing all the training, the education. This is not something that we dreamed up overnight. Alan, this is what you've been doing for a long time. Kind of explain what you have been doing and so forth.
Well, we've been doing exactly what we're talking about here. We've been building relationships through our nonprofit with companies, with government agencies, with organizations all over the country, because in the next 10 years, we're going to see trillions of dollars transition out of these retirement plans that people have. We're going to see a time in history like we've never seen before. And we've got to be positioned to help people, because there's one thing we know about most people today. They don't know where to turn. They don't know who to trust. When they work with a group that's a national nonprofit that is endorsed, by the way, by colleges and universities all over the country, which we are, we literally have a consortium of colleges and universities that endorse us. It gives us credibility. It gives our agents and our advisors credibility, because they come as an instructor of a nonprofit. They don't just come as an agent or as an advisor. That's huge. So I think when we look at where things are going, we're preparing ourselves for the future of what's coming, and a way to not only help people, but transition that money that's going to be coming out of those retirement plans.
Well, right now, there's a big, major, multi-billion-dollar company that is running television commercials that you folks see out there. And you'll notice the commercial is talking about financial wellness education. That's the buzzwords in this spectrum. I think that, a lot of financial advisors who utilize seminars, fancy dinner seminars and radio shows, direct mail, things like that. I believe that the new opportunity is what Alan is doing here. But nevertheless, we are not necessarily talking about, wanting to bring everybody to, we want to teach you how to do this, but we also have approved government agency and corporations that are asking us to provide the advisors in those marketplaces. So how does this work? Well, here's the thing. We are not putting massive people on this. We cannot do that. So we need to talk with you. We need to see your background. And we're talking about top compensation, all the top major insurance companies. And we just want to make sure that these people are represented well, with competent, quality, knowledgeable, educated advisors. And like I said, I believe it's at least a 5-year opportunity. And so you need to call our office and have patience, because we obviously will get a lot of response. And we need to see where you're at. We need to look at where we have the companies and the government agencies there. And then you'll be talking with Alan. You'll be talking with myself, and we'll just take it from there. But I'll give you an idea. You've got some folks that may have an average of like $400,000 in retirement rollovers, and you'll have to know the retirement plan that they have, how all the options of what they can go into, what they cannot go into, and then Alan has been doing this with his staff for many, many years. And Alan, any things you want to say anymore?
Yeah, I would just say this, Tyrone. If you look at where the world is going, where this market is going, we need to redefine ourselves in a way that we're seen as educators as well as providers of products. It's going to make a huge difference in the way people see us. It's also huge in the way we see ourselves. And this is an opportunity that doesn't come along very often. If you ask most producers, they're going to tell you their biggest single problem is access to enough clients. Guess what? This solves that problem. So if you think you're right for this, I'd encourage you to get into it fairly quickly, find out what you can, give us a call, and let's see if you fit the program.
Great. Well, thank you. That's 1-800-344-4105. Please have patience. We have the rest of December, January, where we have to start putting people in position for probably a rollout in February. Now, the one last thing is important. We're talking about virtually no marketing costs for the programs that we're approved in, except for maybe some refreshments. So you talk about saving thousands and thousands of dollars in normal promotional costs. So anyway, give us a call. You'll talk with Ellen and myself, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.